Welcome to this week's Artist on Art. I have the wonderful pleasure to introduce Noga Vilozny. Noga, thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure.
Noga is a local multimedia artist, coach, dancer, singer, actress. Boy, is there anything I'm missing? I bet just life as art.
Yeah, I like that. That's very true for me.
Yeah, and so Noga and I have been dancing together in Zumba, but you do other kinds of dance.
Yeah, I love dance. Right now, I'm really into Brazilian samba. I love the rhythm of it. I love the body love and appreciation aspect of it, how people in Brazil, can be dancing and it doesn't matter what shape or size they are. Everything is just like shake what your mama gave you, and I just am a huge fan of that. And I love the feathers and bling, of course.
Right. And you have an interesting web art also. You have something called Noga Kisses.
Yeah, Noga's Love Bites, which is kind of related.
Right. Noga's Love Bites that could be kisses. Tell us a little bit about your bites.
Those are something that kind of came about naturally as I just was creating music, and I would write these little articles and kind of poetic expressions, and just different friends and people who I met over the course of life would ask me, how do I find out about your concerts, and how can you share what you've got going on? So I started about 2008, I think it was, that I started sending Noga's Love Bites, and they're little poetic, inspiring bites of love that I send out to my private email, private invite list on the new moon and the full moon, so twice a month. And
you've been doing this since 2008.
Yeah.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah, it's really fun.
You have a whole collection of hundreds.
Mm-hmm. It's really amazing. It's like when I look at it, each one is kind of like a little mini book, or a little, each one of them, I can read it many times, and I myself, even though I wrote it, I keep getting messages over and over again, and people tell me that in their email, they even have like special folders that they set aside all my love bites there, and I'm thinking of turning it into a book later on.
Oh, that would be a great project.
Because it's very it's words, but it's also the images that I choose that are very specially chosen, and I'll put music videos in there, and I'll link to different articles and kind of tie it back in with the theme of the love bite.
So how did you come up with this idea?
How I came up with it is actually very similar to how I got asked to be in my first movie. I was just sharing some stories with a friend of mine, and she said, I think I want to write a movie with you in it. And it was the same kind of thing where I was just sharing stories of my life that felt totally natural and normal. But for her, it was really new. And I can understand that. Looking from the outside, it's like, wow, I never, my perspectives are different. And so for me, they felt normal. But when I look at them that way, I realize that it is something very special that I can kind of share with people and help them get new inspired ideas for themselves, and healing too.
And so you have the movie that you made for that. Can you remind me the title?
Yeah, the movie is called The Love Seminar.
The Love Seminar. And you can find this where on the website, on the web? Actually,
the trailer is on YouTube. So if you type in Noga Love Seminar, I think you'll find it. It's
that's Noga, Noga. And your last name is Vilozny, Vilozny.
Yeah.
Noga Vilozny.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good point. And the trailer is online on YouTube. It's a beautifully, beautifully done trailer. The director is amazing. And
what's her name?
Her name is Bella Shing. She lives here locally too. Actually, she lives like 2 blocks from me now. She has a really wonderful, extensive background in film and Hollywood, and she's done TV ads, and she's really brilliant. Her company is called Sweeter Media. And just a brilliant, brilliant woman who she actually worked with Quentin Tarantino and had kind of some intense Hollywood experience. And so it makes a lot of sense that her company is called Sweeter Media.
It's the sweeter side.
Yeah, really inspiring and very, very powerful.
And so, Noga, you started doing these love bites. Did you know how to do stuff on the internet? Did you have to learn yourself?
That's a great question. I kind of I just learned as I went along. I had my first one. I think I signed up with a service who Constant Contact, and there are many of them that you can kind of make beautiful looking emails without having to know HTML, which I don't.
Which is kind of like newsletters.
Content. Exactly. Yeah. They're like newsletters or like a little blog post, that kind of thing, because it's got pictures and colors and then the words themselves. So
you use this template type thing to start with your Love Bytes.
Yeah, that's how I started. And every time every new moon and every full moon, I think of what I want to share, and it could be musical, it could be a video that I made, it could be
how to eat a coconut,
how to open a coconut without a machete. That's one of my really fun videos that I love. I have a YouTube channel too, so if it's Noga Loves Me. If you go to youtube.com/Noga Loves Me, I believe that's my YouTube channel, and I've got different videos especially videos of me playing with my nephews and nieces. I really get into that, and then I have some fun dance stuff and coconut stuff.
And so you also have nogalovesme.com.
Yes.
Noga lovesme.com. And that is where I was going to ask you, how would somebody who isn't getting your Love Bytes, how would they get one? And they can go to your website and sign up for Love Bytes and updates.
Right. And actually, I was thinking about this radio show this morning. I was thinking, because I love to give gifts and like prizes and stuff, and that's actually has to do with a special event I'm hosting in 2 weeks, which we can talk about. It's my 7th annual giving party. It's a huge event, and it's really, really just really super sweet. And I love giving things, and so I prepared a little gift for the listeners today.
Oh.
So yeah. So we can talk about that too. I'm really excited about that.
Is that?
It's connected with the Love Bytes. It's actually I wrote 4 different books. They're short books between like 20 and 40 pages each one, and they're best-selling all around the world. There's a website that hosts my books and my meditations, and so I decided that I would love to gift to the listeners today, whoever wants to participate. And I decided to host a little raffle, just because I love that kind of stuff. I love like picking things out of a goblet and sharing prizes, and it ties in with my giving party because I'm really into sharing and giving, and we can talk about that. I can tell you what that's all about too.
So tell us now, Noga Vilozny. I am your hostess, Nada Miljkovic, for this week's Artist on Art. Today is January 16th.
Time flies.
2012.
Yeah.
1/6/12.
Yeah, and we have a dream.
1/6/12. You have a dream. That's right. It's Martin Luther King's day, his birthday. So blessings to him.
Mm-hmm. Amen. He's one of my heroes, and someone who, I wish that I would have had the chance to meet him. But there are certain people in the world who are, I feel like they're my mentors in a spiritual way, and he's one of those people for sure.
So, mine too, Noga. Thanks for reminding us. We got a couple things we want to do. There's some music we want to play also. So, what should we talk about first? Let's talk about the giving party first.
Oh, so many amazing things. And then I have a story to tell you about that song. You're going to love it.
Great. So tell us about the event.
Yeah, the giving party is, I started it, this will be the 7th annual. I took a break for a couple years, but I started it back in 2002, I think. So this will be the 7th annual giving party. And many of the listeners might have been to or heard of a clothing exchange. It's like sometimes like women will get together and just bring things that are great, but they just don't fit them or not the right color or whatever. It's kind of based on that idea, although it's everything. It's furniture and gifts and tools and books and crafts, clothing, jewelry, shoes, kids stuff, men's, women, everything. And I host it in a big, beautiful outdoor area so that everybody can kind of lay out all their stuff. Last time it was about 80 people, I think. People came from Carmel and Sonoma, and it's really fun. And because of the fact that it's only my private invite list that are invited, my private invite list, the people who I send my Love Bytes to, are really special. It's just like, it's the sweetest, most expansive, wonderful community because of the nature of, who's attracted to me and who I'm attracted to and the kind of things I share. So people meet amazing friends at the giving party too. And it's really sweet. Oh, and this year we're doing something very special. And I think Rich Owen, Sundance Owen. So this is... Richard
has also been on Artist on Art, and I want to just tell everyone that Noga Vilozny, this is also her second time for coming on.
Yeah, my pleasure. I love it. I'm so glad to be back again.
Richard is a very big activist in aquaponics and And lots of fun that way. And he's going to be helping you with the giving party?
Actually, every year what I like to do is I like to choose a local charity to donate the quote-unquote leftovers, which are, it's the things that nobody picked up at the giving party. We have a mountain of them at the end, but they're great things, and they're the kind of things that someone can take to the flea market and make money for their cause. So I was looking for, just the right cause. Yeah.
Richard Sundance's cause.
Yeah.
I'll find that for you real quick.
I think it's Jair. Yeah, he's an amazing individual, and I'm a mermaid at heart and a Pisces, so I really resonate with support of the ocean.
So that's the Jair Cleanup Project. And you can go to the jaircleanup.ning.com and read more about what Richard Sundance Owen's work and his many projects. And so that's wonderful. You'll be able to help him with an amazing cause. If you're not aware of, there's this giant, immensely huge circle of plastic that's there's several now in the Pacific and the Atlantic, and he's activated to help clean that up.
Yeah, it's powerful. It's really important and amazing work, and his energy is just really, really high vibration, like the kind of community that I love to connect with, like you. And he's just an amazing, amazing individual.
Okay, so let's hear a song. Which one should we hear first?
How about the Shut Up in the Library?
Okay. All right, we'll do that one. Here we go. This is Noga Vilozny.
And she wants to see your past. You'd better have a good reason why you are not in class. Shut up. Face. What do you think you're doing, chewing bubble gum in this place? Don't you lean the chair against the wall, put those legs down on the floor. You over there, she sees you trying to sneak out the door.
Thank you.
That was the great Noga Vilozny, Shut Up in the Library.
There's a funny story about that one too.
Gorgeous. Where did you record this?
I recorded it up in Felton, and it was a crazy adventure where I got invited by Barry Louis Polisar. He's the writer of one of the hit tracks of the movie Juno. And he found me online and asked me if I would please sing for his tribute album, which was coming out in 3 weeks. They were trying to make it before the Grammys. So I literally wrote that song. Well, in 3 weeks it took me to get all the the horn section and get everybody all together. And then I was driving up to the studio and I realized I forgot to write the song. Oops. So I wrote the song as I was driving to the studio. I had like 20 minutes. It was pretty wild, but it came out great.
Great. So we have a few minutes left, and you've got a whole bunch of stuff that we want to tell people, right?
Yeah.
So again, Noga Vilozny, Noga's Love Bytes. Let's get the right. I want to make sure I have the URL totally correct for people. If you go to nogalovesme.com.
Yeah.
And there you can sign up for your newsletter and get a whole bunch of really great things, such as an invitation to the giving party that's happening in 2 weeks. And then also you get the bi-monthly Noga's Love Bites and kisses. I keep wanting to say kisses. So Noga, what would happen if somebody signed up right now?
Oh, right now, well, I'm doing something really special right now, just for the listeners of today's show. And I want to mention, too, that you can participate in the Love Bites and all my events from around the world. I send my Love Bites to people in 50 different countries. It's just blossomed. It's crazy. So it goes to thousands of people, really special people. And if you would like to get these gifts of love in your email inbox and get inspired and get songs like the ones you just heard, then when you sign up, there's a box that says, "How did you hear of me?" If you put artists on art, then I'll know that you heard about it on the radio station, and you will get entered for, drumroll. I decided that I want to give some fun prizes because I love doing that, and I've written 4 books which have literally changed people's lives all around the world. So I decided to give 8 prizes, and I'm gonna host a raffle. When I get home, I'm gonna look at all the people who signed up from the listeners on this show and pick prizes to send to people. So my 4 books, there's one on how to relieve stress and sadness instantly. There's one called What the Bleep Does She Want? It's for men to try, so they can figure out what in the world a woman wants and how to, give her that. And then there's one on how to survive your family reunion and kind of, family healing kind of stuff. And then there's one on New Year's resolutions and how to meet any goal that you have.
And Noga, how could I buy this?
You can buy them online. Actually, the website that hosts my books is Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. And I also have special meditations. People can buy these meditations so that I will meditate for them. And if I've had people meet their soulmate afterwards and get a $5,000 client, and all kinds of wild stuff happens when I meditate for people. So that's where you can get the meditations, and the books is at Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. And if you just search for the word Noga, it'll bring up all my offerings. And
Noga Vilozny, Vilozny.
Yeah.
You have some other things, too?
I do. You know what? I actually made a last-minute change right now. Instead of doing a raffle, I decided I would like to give a prize to every single person on the air who wants to get my Love Bites, because it's a special day. It's fun to be able to share this live. So not only 8 people, but I will gift a special book to every person who signs up for my Love Bites and writes in that little form, "How did you hear of me?" Just write artists on art.
Great.
As a special gift.
So Noga, you have a coaching practice that I mentioned at the beginning of our interview. Tell us a little bit about how you help people.
I help people basically when someone's having the experience of wanting something really bad and it won't come in for whatever reason. Oftentimes the top comments or the top concerns that I hear about are money and love. There's always a reason why it won't come in, and so I have a really gentle and really fun process of how I work with people. And that's one thing that I really want to highlight, because I've had many clients who've told me, "Oh my gosh, Noga, I've done psychotherapy and counseling, and I've even had people who've done psychiatry and all kinds of," they have these experiences, and it's very intensive, and some of it works and some of it doesn't. But the way that I work is so effective and so much more fun. You don't have to be sitting on a couch crying and digging up your past for hours on end or years on end. The way that I work is really, really fun, gentle, and gets amazing results.
Do you have a story? Do you have a story of something that just...
I keep thinking of this one client in Los Angeles. He's been sending me these beautiful emails and pictures of him and his lady. And he found me, he bought one of the gigs on the website where I host my books. He's 32 years old, lives in Los Angeles, and he's really talented. He's brilliant. He's an inventor. He creates all these new technologies and is just a solid gold guy, successful, financially and in all ways. But the one thing that was really bothering him was that he wanted to meet his soulmate, and he was so shy with women. Like he just could not feel comfortable to start a conversation or say hi, and that really gets in the way if you want to meet, and he had all this amazing stuff going for him and a heart of gold. I just love him. So he decided to work with me. We had an amazing time working together, and the month after he graduated from my program, he sent me an email, and I'm like beaming as I remember it. He sent me an email and told me about this lady that he met in Starbucks. And I could tell from the email and from, it was directly related to all the assignments I'd given him and all these things to practice, like just all these details of, we even did role playing, and I played the girl, and I helped him, coach him through the places where he would get stuck and be like, if this was a real conversation, I would be blank right now. So a month after he finished our program, he wrote me this email. He met this lady, and I had a very, very, very strong knowing that was his girl. But I didn't say anything right away. I just wanted to let him have his experience, And he's been sending me these updates and pictures of them hiking in at Marine World. And recently he sent me another one with they're like hugging each other by the Christmas tree, and it was so obvious to me that this is it, And so I wrote to him and I said, no pressure. I know, I don't want you to take this that way at all, but I just want you to let you know that I love going to my clients' weddings. Because I do. I just went to a recent client's wedding in July in Tahoe, and I was so happy for her. So I told him, no pressure, but if I just want you to know that if I know some people have like very small weddings, but if you have something larger, you want to invite me, I will be thrilled, more than I can possibly say. And he wrote back right away and he said, I'm absolutely inviting you. Yeah. So it's just things like that just, it's just, I love it.
Oh, Noga, I'm sorry to say our time is up, but I want to go out with one more gift from you. This is another song that you wrote.
Actually, it's this one I didn't write. It's a traditional song, Ladino. It's one of my specialty, this language. It's also featured in the movie trailer on YouTube.
Great. So you've been listening to Noga Vilozny. If you missed any part of this show, you can go to artistonart.com. You'll get to see a video and the audio and all the links that Noga mentioned for her songs and her books. And thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure.
Thanks for listening, everybody. This is Noga Vilozny.
Para amar segundo, corazón, ella no te dio. Para amar segundo. Adiós, querido, no quiero la vida, me la amargaste tú. Adiós, adiós, querido, no quiero la vida, me la amargaste tú. Va, busca otro amor, ajarvas otras puertas, espera otro ardor, que para mí Adiós, adiós, querido. No quiero la vida, me la amargaste tú. Adiós, adiós, querido. No quiero la vida, me la amargaste tú.